won. Richmond took longer, but it did
It did
not
not feel it
feel
at
like it.
all. No,
It
not even
didn't feel
close.
like Milwaukee was like, oh my, I've been here so long. I live in this convention center
I
now.
feel
But in
like they
Richmond, it was
wrapped it up
fine.
earlier though. Like even like I remember talking to the casters on Sunday, and they were excited that the finals were at like 7 p.m. and not like.
Oh my! I remember in Milwaukee, like day one and day two, like we were getting dinner at like 11:30.
Mm.
Day two, we were watching finals at dinner at midnight, dude.
Oh,
That was nuts.
that's see. I think they there were some things that they fixed. It feels like, and we had a nice little Disney Lorcana challenge. We did it. 2,000 plus people had to go to Richmond and game. We had to just we had to watch some people get going, and apparently we all took a little trip because Mr. Fungus won the whole damn thing.
A fucking lad, Fungus the man. Holy,
That's just so crazy. I'm
it,
so proud of him for bringing that home to Georgia. Been gaming with him down here for I don't know, like a year now. Like I've probably seen him at tournaments in and around Atlanta and south of
Mhm.
Atlanta for over a year. And I'm just like could not be prouder to see that guy absolutely crush. It's insane. He put in so much work. He
Yeah.
has to have put in more work than anybody prep for any event in history.
he walked into that room having probably like 100 plus more hours of Lorcanito than anybody else in that room,
Mhm.
and probably almost 100 games more than anybody in that room. And he is like the soft spoken giant, the nicest person you will ever meet, the most humble person you'll ever meet. And I struggle to think of someone who deserved it more than him. And what a cool finals! Like it was
Yeah.
a truly good guy on good guy finals.
Ethical
He,
Lorcana happened.
ethical
Ethical
Lorcana, so
Lorcana.
much ethical Lorcana happened. Even though some non-ethical Lorcana happened, it led to ethical Lorcana happened.
It
Of
was
course,
beautiful.
meaning I think it was like what round three.
Yeah,
What
round
was the
three.
round three? There was a cheater caught on stream, and the ethical part of that was he got DQ'd, and the person who he was playing against did end up topping. I believe he got to top 16.
Crushed it.
What a dope turn of events for that. Like like I feel like the event ran well. Like this is like the second event with like the take back rules,
Hmm.
and for all the
It wasn't
well,
sticky. It wasn't messy. It
no,
was fine.
even like with all the vitriol coming from a lot of more veteran TCG players, a lot more people are starting to just embrace it. Like it is what it is. So there was a lot more just yeah, man, take it back, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
And like it never like I think I had actually one play where I took back in
Hmm.
a green purple matchup. I think there were probably like two or three plays that had to be taken back against me. But like nothing like I think there was like maybe one opponent all weekend, and I think it was in a side event that felt
Hmm.
like really rude.
Right.
Everyone else was absolutely fantastic. I loved every single one of my
Hmm.
opponents. Everyone was very nice. And like me, like Alec, like you see me when I'm playing. I'm not a banter guy. Like I don't necessarily talk a ton when I'm
Hmm.
playing. I'm very much a lock in hood up kind of guy. But like I had like good back and forth banter with
Nice.
like three or four people this weekend. Like that just doesn't happen with me. I just
Hmm.
had such a good time playing the game of Lorcana, except for exactly the three straight games that ruined my entire run.
The
That
wheels.
that 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 was unfortunate, but like the rest of that was fantastic. I had such a good time.
Overall, a fantastic experience from my phone. I feel like with the take back rule as well, going back at it, I feel like there was not a lot of again very ethical Lorcana stuff
Yep.
happened. It was the biggest fear going into that was like people are gonna abuse it. People are gonna do a lot to kind of get into that gray area, get through, get by with that. And I feel like it didn't happen from just hearing around the building. Just not a lot of that happened, so that was fantastic. And Richmond kind of rocked. I'm not gonna lie. I went in there to kind of just, I mean, get away from everything, but like kind of fall back in love with the game that I feel like I was just a little bit distant from. So for me, it was an experience to just kind of go back and I talked to a few people, and I wasn't the only one when they were also looking for back that spark, that like that just thing that really ignites you for to keep going. And Richmond did it. Richmond was the place to be. Not great little city. Nothing too crazy. B minus tier city at best. IMO.
It was also like rainy
It
and
was
gross all
rainy.
weekend.
Yeah.
It started out being like warm, and
Yeah.
then it was absolutely frigid cold for the last 2 days. It was
So cold.
crazy.
Yeah,
So
it was
cold.
like the worst part of this event was that the weather like made dressing for the event hall fucking impossible.
Miserable.
Yeah.
It was hot as hell in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
It was like warm outside the first day, and then the last day it was like just cold.
Yeah.
It was incredibly cold. So if you wanted a sweatshirt, you had to like wear it until you got into the event hall, and then you immediately took it off because you felt that
warm.
you were going to be drenched.
Yeah.
Immediately.
It was a moist area in the building, but you know what? If that's the worst thing that is gonna happen out of the entire weekend, we take that all day.
I'll take it. Yeah.
Incredible stuff. Great. The babies won it all. It was just beautiful. The casting was incredible. I kind of watched back the finals, the top I think top 16 and on. I started rewatching. Fantastic overall. Incredible stuff.
Yeah, I heard the stream was actually like really like has taken a step up in terms of quality.
They're improving. Yeah. Incredible stuff is happening behind the
cool.
scenes.
Also, shout out to Cheeto for making day 2 I believe he's 16. A 16 or 17-year-old lounger making day 2, getting his Continentals invite. Also, another person that I see in the lounger Discord testing for 5+ hours a day. Another person who just put in a ton of work on Green Blue and absolutely deserved every single win he got this weekend.
Crushing it. A lot of teams crushed it. A lot of stuff happened. Fantastic stuff. So going into that event, what are some takeaways we got from your experience going into Disney Lorcana Challenge Richmond edition?
Alec, you go ahead.
Mr.
Well, I know I said last time I was here, I was talking about my first DLC experience in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And I was a little torn up on the inside. I was like, I played so hard. I played so well. But I went 5-3, and I didn't day 2. I didn't put myself in a position to top cut, to do anything like that. So this time, I am happy to announce I did day 2, my first DLC.
Let's go.
My second DLC. My first DLC day 2, if you will.
Let's go.
I did better. I felt on top of the world after day 1. I was 7-1. It felt amazing. I felt like this is it. My prep has paid off. I went into the tournament with Purple Steel, a little bit of a controversial choice, I guess. Everyone's like, Purple Steel's so bad now. Purple Steel's unplayable. You can't be doing that, guy. You can't be taking that deck to the DLC. And I said, but this is what I've played for so long. This is what I have my reps with. This is what I'm comfortable with. I've tried the other decks. I tried Green Blue. I tried Blurple. I tried a little Dogs. And I liked them enough, but the win rates weren't there in testing. I put about 50 matches on each of those. And I was just hitting like mid 50%, just over 50% win rates on those in testing. And I was like, it's not going to be these. These don't feel like it. Right. And then after day 1, I was like 7-1 with the deck, everyone told me not to bring. And the whole world has it out for Purple Steel. And I felt pretty good until I got paired against 3 Silva Azurite Seed decks in day 2. I did go 1-3 on day 2. I ended out 8-4, and that was a little bit of a vibe crusher. Just briefly. Oh man. I think I think I did play worse on day 2 than day 1, which is interesting. I've talked. To get to the tournament, I rode up with friend of the pod, Jeremy Bertarioni, of Club Lorcana fame. We did a little bit of a old-timey road trip together, old-timey card game grinder road trip up to stay with Franz and his wonderful fiance, and then we came the rest of the way on the Friday. So he and I both had the exact same record after day one and the exact same record after day two. And we sort of commiserated about that on the drive home. And afterwards, we were like, what did we do wrong? We didn't have the right breakfast. We should have worn the same clothes, perhaps,
Same
from
socks
day
for
one.
sure.
The same socks. Something was up in the air. And I'm gonna have to figure out what happened. But I mean, it could just be matchup spread. On day one, I played against Blue Green once, and I lost to Blue Green. It was a cool Ink Geyser build though, which made it not feel so bad to take that loss. It was like my opponent Ink Geysered me. He played Heads Held High and Under the Sea, and Ink Geyser in the same turn, and I was like,
whoa,
spice level's high over there.
So my whole everything I've done this game is gone.
Day 2 Ink Geyser is nice. That's
yeah.
nice.
So that loss wasn't too bad, but then I got high rolled by mutual friend in the first round of day 2. Then I went and I beat Purple Steel in the mirror, and then I lost to the fellow who got 33rd actually. So he qualified for Continentals.
Nice.
Shainer's Edict. He qualified for Continentals on a pass down, I think, getting 33rd place. And in the last round, so I'm X3. I'm like, okay, I'm dead for top cut, but I'm going to go get this Simba. It's all going to be good. And I get my pairing, and it's Ed, who I also know is on Blue Green. And I'm like, oh, okay. Guess I'm going home without a Simba this weekend. But I got a game off of him, and that felt kind of cool.
That's awesome.
Absolutely incredible opponent. I had never talked to him, actually, before this tournament. But I've seen him around, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's a legend in the scene. I've heard of him, but he was super funny, super good opponent. Obviously, one of the most skilled players in the game. So it was. I did not feel too bad taking that loss either.
A good yapper too. I had the honor of casting a game, which was like a really, really weird experience as a fan of the legend himself. He's a great, fantastic yapper. So yeah, shout out to Mr. Chu over there, crushing it, being charismatic, looking sick. With the WCC merch and Tianhu merch, the best jackets in the game, period. So
those jackets are sick. Every time I see those jackets, it's sick.
Simply, just they walk around together. It looks like just Cobra Kai Dojo era vibes. It's sick.
True.
It's sick. But yeah, they're incredible. So shout out to them.
So basically, my second DLC experience, I gotta say, is so much better than my first DLC experience. I got to feel like a good player for once ever, and I got to see all my best friends. I got to see the awesome city of Richmond, Virginia. I haven't been up there in about 10, maybe 15 years. I think the last time I was down there was for a Magic GP in 2013, 2014. So I was young. I was young. I was Cheeto's age when that happened.
Cool.
But it was really cool to see. Cool to hang out with Franz and his fiance. Yeah, just had a great time. I got to hang out with Riley for a little bit on Sunday night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and it was just good hangs.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, we had a nice dinner at a little college bar / diner, whatever fusion type thing called the Village. Shout out to the Village in Richmond. It was some
shout out to the workers food there. They tolerated
us.
Oh
my god,
they tolerated us. Shout out to them.
We were definitely not a great table to wait on, but we were in the very back. We were having a good time, and we were helping stack up those plates, and we weren't really rowdy. We weren't really upset, so. That's
absolutely.
That's like a little something there, you know what I mean? I felt pretty good about it.
How about you, Mr. Franz? How was your Disney?
Yeah, so I think similar to Alec, I started off feeling on top of the world, and it all came crashing down, but it came crashing down just a little bit earlier than Alec did for me. Alec and I were actually playing Purple Steel together for essentially the whole set, and then I got really spooked by Green Blue.
Mm-hmm.
I felt that matchup was I was seeing like really, really poor win rates into that matchup that Alec was not seeing. And probably because he's better at purple steel than I am, which is
I
fine.
mean, scoreboard. I did end up feeling that way at the DLC when it mattered. So.
I mean, it's fine. So I was really worried about that. So I wanted to explore other things that had a better matchup into Green Blue. Spoiler alert, I lost to I got O2'd by Green Blue, so scoreboard again. So I looked into dogs, I looked into Green Blue myself, and I started a little tenant for myself. I was like, if I was a luckier player, I'd play Green Blue because I just didn't have the time to put in the same reps as someone like Fungus did. So maybe I can spike some stuff. I'm not that. That's not me. So I didn't do that. If I was a better player, I'd play dogs. I again didn't have the time to put in 200 plus games on dogs, and like some of the games I felt that I was testing out dogs, I felt like I was absolutely crushing people, and then there were some hands where I just didn't see a lady one drop, and I was like, what am I doing with my life? So I didn't think that was feasible. And then Joshua Satterfield and I started talking, and Blurple seemed like a fairly decent idea. Like there was this yellow purple deck that was starting to gain popularity, and like we were just expecting that like a ton of the room was going to be purple, and that ended up being correct. Like over 60% of the room was on a purple deck, which is crazy. So we decided to just kind of mitigate our green blue matchup a little bit, and hope to see just a ton more purple, and just play the deck that beats the purple decks. Some people say that's the yellow purple deck. I say people are playing Benja, and if purple steel plays Benja on your lantern, you gotta just die. Like you just die, man. Yeah. It feels horrible. So playing Blurple with a small Wasabi package, targeting the items in the format, because there's a ton of items in the format, and going like playing a line for like a double ramp into a Demona against Green Blue kind of shuts off both of their high roll lines from being super effective and like ending the game immediately. I felt better about that line than I did against any line that I was playing in Purple Steel. It's probably like 5% better if anything. So I don't know. I think the Purple Steel versus Blurple versus the Yellow Purple is pretty like based off of how many games of each you have and how comfortable you feel switching or how comfortable you feel on each deck. So I felt really good, and the first four rounds I was feeling on top of the world. I was 4-0,
crushing it, winning dice rolls.
I was winning dice rolls. I won like 80% of my dice rolls this weekend. I was going crazy. Like I won the first 4 dice rolls, and I was like, oh, bro, it's my time. It's my time, bro. I won 2 mirrors. 1 mirror where I missed ramp on my first on the play game on turn 2, and then ended like I felt crazy. Like I went turn 2, play the book. Turn 3, draw sail. Play Sail, Ink, play Book, Ink, play Basil, and then next round I was able to just still do the Elsa Basil thing on their turn 3 play, and like I was able to take it from there. And then I had a really funny Blurple match in the next round where game 2 on the draw I got decked out in the mirror. It took maybe like almost 30 minutes for that game 2, and it came down to it. Like I had a cat with like 8 or 9 boosted cards on it. I had 2 Ursula Vanessas with 2 or 3 each on them. One each on them, and I got down to like 1 card in deck, and I put lethal on the board, and he was like Demona. I was like, no, no. I felt so good. Like he was ahead on board the entire game, and I was able to just like slowly pick away at it, just climb back. I was able to climb back and put lethal on the board, and just like no. It was so fun. It was such a funny game. That might be one of my favorite games of Lorcana I've ever played. Shout out to that guy. And then game 3, he missed ramp. I saw the perfect curve, and I had like 6 cards on board before he could field 2, and it was over from there. And then it came into round 5 where I played into green purple. I forget the player's name, but he was either in contention for day 2 or he made day 2. I forget. But it was like a mid-range green purple deck. And we get to game 3. I'm on the play in game 3, and I'm feeling really good about my lines here. And then he has like, there's a turn where he like inks a malicious meaning scary, and then ends turn with like an exerted Elsa on board, and that's it with a few damage, and then 2 cards in hand. And I just get all in my head. I tank for like 3 to 4 minutes, and I just like I can't, like I can only I'm like tunneling. I see the malicious being scary, and like this guy has combo. He either has combo or he doesn't. And if he doesn't have combo, I win without doing anything. If he does have combo, I need to hold back. So I hold back. I play like a book and a genie. I draw a card. I can't put lethal on the board, but I can put two turn lethal on the board. And then he's like draws like a Clarabelle. You're welcome. I was like, oh,
that's the worst one. No,
oh,
No.
it was so tough. It was so tough. Like it puts what it leaves me where I only have 1 card on the board. My hand is a bunch of 4s, 5s, and 6s. Like I can't. I'm not at the point where I can play 2 cards at a turn. So I like the next turn I can only like play like an Iago, and then he just goes and he draws, and then he goes, "You're welcome" again. I was like, oh my god, dude, it's so over.
No.
Like I just like it. It's such a tough loss in a game where I really felt like I had the win in hand, and like I go to 5-0 on the day. I beat another purple player. I can stay in the XO bracket, which like it really felt like the green blues and the dogs were all like in the X1 and X1 bracket really early on. At least that's what I was getting when looking around. Like I saw very little green blue in the top in like the XO tables and a ton of purple.
Right.
It was just all purple. So
totally agree. I was at 5-0 as well, and I think I paired in round 6. I paired into one of the Fungus was undefeated at the time. He was one of the green blues up there, and then the guy that I played against with the Ink Geysers was also like we were like 2 tables away from Fungus. So it was like those 2 guys at the top, and then a lot of the dogs and green blue players had taken like 1 loss by that point.
Yeah. So like that's like a tough loss. I feel like I've thrown that game, and like in games like in tournaments like this, I feel like like you're always trying to save 1 loss for like either a brick or a really poor matchup or just a really fucked up player that you match in against, like in Milwaukee when I matched up into Frank Karsten. I was fine losing to Frank Karsten when I was undefeated, because like that was my first loss. I can kind of like shake that off and be fine. But this one was tough. Like it felt like I really had the game almost in hand, and it just like slipped from my fingers. Especially when I won the die roll as well. So that happens, and like, okay, I gotta flush it, and just move on. Sit in front of green blue, lose the die roll. First game he goes double Cinderella into Prince Philip combo into Clarabelle, you're welcome, and I just die. Like I don't have double ramp into Nimona. I can't stop anything. Plus, he's going like the Cinderella route where he's not playing cards to board, and I'm not able to build up a board myself. That's a game where we're playing purple, so I think would be better than playing purple, just because I felt pretty slow into that. And then game 2, he just has shift Clarabelle, double you're welcome into another you're welcome into Ben. And I was like, it felt unwinnable, and like just the entire air just sunk from my body. Like I go from 4-0 to 4-2 in 3 games, and it just like it was one of the worst feelings I've felt in TCGs in just a really long time. I was pissed off. It took me like a good like 45 minutes to an hour of like just sitting out by myself in the hallway, just like until I felt like I could even like go back in there and be a normal human being again. And like it was fun. Like I was playing it out. Like at that point, I'm like I'm 4-2. It's like, damn.
Right.
I have to win out today and tomorrow to even have a chance at top cut. I looked at my breakers. My breakers were like 72%. Like that gave me like a boost of adrenaline for like a round. And then I parented dogs in the second to last round against a player from Rare Hunters. And game 1, I get just run over. Game 2, I'm able to set up a good boards with like Cheshire Cats and even Wasabis to just like have enough bodies on the board that I can stave them off. And then last game, I just didn't see Wasabi. He saw just a I guess like not a crazy opening board of characters, but he was able to like just play down a Chromacon, and I just didn't see the small costed characters to really flood the board, keep parity on the board. He was able to find a Lilo and keep playing it, and like it just like it got very close. Like I was able to almost turn the corner when he was at like 18, but by then he was able to just play a go-go and get me for game. And that's what ended my that's why I ended my day 1 run. It's just it's tough because I like for 85 to 90% of the games that I played, I felt like the better player. I felt like one of the better players in the room with a deck that I felt very confident on.
Sure.
And it just took 3 games of one of them being just a 50-50 that I called wrong, and then 2 essentially unwinnable games in a matchup that's bad for me. It's just like, oh, it really, really hurt. It really hurt. I was feeling really bad about it. But again, a lot of my homies made day 2. Alec and Cheeto made day 2. Fungus was in day 2. There's a lot of like really cool people that I like in day 2, and a lot of like local people to me in like North Carolina, because like a ton of my locals went up to this event. And like shout out to Tiffany, shout out to JD. These are players that both made day 2 that don't have a ton of exposure on the Lorcana front, except for Tiffany, who is best known for beating Kendall Burdett on stream in CCS. That was really funny.
Let's go.
But like those players, they made day 2, and I'm super proud of them. And I needed to like kind of hold it in a little bit to really be proud of them. But then I came back day 2 with good old birds and went 6-1 in the Infinity side event, getting myself a Mulan mat. So it's like it's a little consolation prize. Like I essentially come home with the same prizing that I came home with in Milwaukee, but I felt worse in the main event, but I did well in the side event. I don't know. It like the actual event wise, I feel really mixed about, because I feel really proud of how I played for the majority of it, except for just that span of 3 games just like killed me.
That's the one thing that's been sort of hard for me to get accustomed to in Lorcana versus Magic. I came from Magic. I played Magic for 15 years. I played at not like a high level, but almost the same level as here. I'd say I have better finishes in Lorcana at this point, but I'm 10 years older. Anyway, Magic is a little brutal because the top cut is always top 8. They don't cut the top 16. They don't cut the top 32. They don't cut the top 64. They cut the top 8 in every event. But you get to pick up more losses through the event because their events have more rounds.
Yeah.
The round, like at a Magic tournament the same size as Lorcana DLC, that'll be 15 rounds. So if to top 8, you get to pick up 3 or 4 losses.
Right.
And so it doesn't feel quite as crushing when you lose a round in Magic, because you have a couple more to sort of spare.
Right.
Whereas in Lorcana, it's like
you drop one, you're now.
You drop one, you're done. Like one of my other
times are rough.
One of my experiences in this game, I went to PPG Dallas in the 5K tournament. That was cut to top 8, and I lost round 1, battled back, was 7-1, and I could not draw into top 8 because of how many people were in there and how many rounds there were. You had to go X1-1, or you had to go X1 or better. Yeah, it was crazy.
That's rough.
And it's like at the Charlie's events, you can't lose more than 2, and if you lose 2, you're even in a little bit of trouble. At the DLCs now, it's like if you lose more than 2, better fly. Book your flight back home.
Yeah. if you lose more than 2, Like if you lose more than 2 in like day 1, it feels like you're dead. Like you're first of all, if you lose more than 2 in day 1, you're dead for day 2 anyway. And then if you pick up a third loss in day 2, you're like, okay, now I just have to play out for a Simba. Right. And like it's like a Simba's great, but like if you're X2 going into day 2 and you pick up your first loss in the first round of the day, it's like you have to miss out on the bigger side events that are pretty decent EV, and then you have to win out 3 games against progressively stronger opponents. It's like, God, that sucks. Like that, like it's exactly what happened to me in Milwaukee. I was X2 going into day 2, and then I lost my first game, won the next 2, and then lost the last round. Like, this sucks.
Right. Is there, I guess, like, other than just like adding more, rounds? I mean, I guess that should be just a question. Do we need more rounds, or is it fine? Because like going 3 losses, you're out. Just it's a tight packed feeling, and is that something that just should exist, or is it just? Do you think we can go around it by just adding more rounds? But like then you're just, you're there until like 1 in the morning.
Think it will have to if they do what people want and raise the cap or increase the number of players. If you have more than 4,000, if you have up to like in the European ones, 4K. They're doing 2 simultaneous DLC structure things, and so think about like if it was just one, if they didn't make it 2, if it was just one. You would have to go. You could not lose. That's like if you wanted a top cut, you'd have to go completely undefeated.
So bad
because it's 12 rounds, and maybe that's because they're they love to do the bigger top cuts, and so right in Magic, if you have 15 rounds of Swiss, but it's only a top 8, it's a lot easier for coverage, and it does basically the same amount of time. But I don't know. Maybe they make it more rounds and the round timers are a little shorter or something. I don't know how to fix it, but I think it's just honestly like grinding at this game, like playing in a lot of the playing in multiple Ravensburger organized like tournaments, like the 2 DLCs and Continentals or the LCQ. Sorry, I did not compete in Continentals. Anyway, the 2 DLCs, the LCQs, and a lot of the Charlie's tournaments and the PPG tournaments, it's just brutal. Like you cannot lose. You can never lose.
Super stressful.
Quick little break on that. Mr. Wonderland, Mr. Wonderland. Shout out to the ICL wrapping up with the semifinals, going into the finals. What is up, everybody? Hope you have a wonderful night.
SLTC better win after beating me.
I mean, kind of have to, right? Then
after beating me in Game 3 again with my own Daisy this time, better win finals.
But welcome in. We're doing a little recap of our lovely weekend getaway together at Richmond, Virginia. Nothing big happened. About 3,000, 2,000 plus attendees. About 2,500 plus people had to do a little forced vacation into Richmond, Virginia. Wrapping it up. Hope you'll have a wonderful night. Hope ICL rock. They're fantastic people over there, crushing it as always. But going into it, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So like another small thing. So like this is something that I think I have a little bit of an interesting perspective on, coming from a Japanese TCG, because Cardfight Vanguard does best of 1 regionals, and they do 7 to 9 rounds depending on how many people are there. But like usually like they're pulling in like 1 to 400 people per regional. But again, in there, it's like if it's X1 or better, we'll make top cut, and if you pick up 2 losses, you're essentially dead. And it feels the same way as this in NA and EU. Now, where this is different, and where I find this really interesting is because that game is based and like made in Japan. I talked with a lot of people that are like on boots on the ground in Japan playing that game. And they said that they care less about best of 1 because even if they scrub out of a local event due to some variance, there's another event the next day.
That's true.
Or the next weekend, or like a few days from now. They have so many opportunities to play the game that scrubbing out in a single event, even if it's a big event, it might sting in that moment, but they're able to move on pretty easily because that's just like it's how it's always been for them, and they can look forward to another event soon. And I think that's a lot of people are going to be feeling that in Lorcana right now because there are only 3 NA DLCs this year.
Right.
And for whatever reason, I think like the reasoning behind that is just a different conversation all alone. But this is just it's another aspect of only having those 3 DLCs. And for some people, it's only going to be 2 DLCs because a lot of people aren't really interested in Infinity.
Yeah. Which we'll get
but
into.
Not having like for me, if I was not interested in Infinity, I knew I was not going to Indianapolis, and I'm not traveling internationally for any events. If I was just a normal core constructed player, and I was going to do that for my entire Lorcana life, there's not another like DLC size
2027, bud,
until 2020. Like for the foreseeable future till the end of the calendar year. And that's rough. Like if I had gone through the exact same tournament as I did this past weekend, feeling really good about how I played, except for in 3 consecutive games, that would sting a ton. And like it stings now, but like a lot of people would feel much worse about it. And I think like eventually, hopefully, like we'll have more DLC sized events. We'll have 5 to 6 in a season, and that this feeling isn't necessarily going to be one that lasts forever for a ton of people. But right now, it is something that people are going to be feeling.
I did see a crazy tweet that put it into perspective. That was like there's not another DLC, a core constructed DLC, and rotation is in August. And it was a picture of Sail, Clarabelle, I think Genie and Tramp, or Elsa and Tramp. And it was like, these cards are not going to be legal for the next deal. They're like, this was your last. If you live in North America and can't travel abroad, this is the last time you're
last DLC you'll play with those cards. Yeah, it's crazy.
So insane. That's crazy. That's crazy to think about. I mean, like, we need something to kind of get people going, and we just don't have it. And Infinity, as much as it's fun, it's a little bit controversial for a lot. I mean, local, especially in local scenes, a lot of people don't want to play the things that they hated playing against. They like their core. They liked what they had.
I guess surprises me because it's like, yeah, that might be true. Like maybe you hated playing against Diablo, but maybe you loved playing Hiram. Or maybe flip that. You hated playing against Hiram, but you love playing Diablo.
Yeah.
Like, you get to do that again. And that's so exciting for me. Is like, the past couple days, I've been playing all these fun little, I know the blue decks in Infinity are probably going to be the best. And I'm totally okay with that. I was a Hiram Flaversham champion. I was a big fan of that card. But the last couple of days, I've been like stimming a little bit on trying to play some of the other options and see what's up. Like I've played a lot of the Princess Songs deck that Zan played at SSG. I tried to make like a purple steel deck in Infinity just because I was a little sick of losing to the Amber Steel aggro, but purple steel's like not fast enough to handle the blue decks, which is like, it's whatever. I had fun playing Fox again for a couple games.
It's also just tough too. Like it's exciting to test out because like it hasn't been really explored much due to everyone's focused on core, and now we have a little bit opportunity to kind of get into Infinity. But it's not gonna matter what we do right now because there's two 200 card sets that might change everything we know about what might be good. So it's just this. It puts us in this awkward position. It's exciting.
Like two sets and like the amorphous potential of like ban lists coming out, and who knows what they're doing, and like who knows what they can do with the data that they've gotten. Like the side events, like everything feels it feels like there's so many decks that are like getting 6-1, 7-0 that like I don't know if the data from these side events suggests that a ban is needed.
I'm
who knows, like I wouldn't necessarily say that the data for Bucky required a ban, but they still did it. Like so like who knows, man.
You're probably not eating a band, honestly. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there's some stuff
If you play Amber Dagger, sure.
Sure. I mean, unless they.
I feel like the only
strength,
potential
maybe?
ban that I could see happening for like that would hit Amber Lager would be like if they decide to do a blanket we don't like Singer threes on turn 1 and
Ooh.
either ban Storm or ban like Cinderella.
Except they're printing a new Singer 3 for turn 1 in Winter Spell.
Yeah, but that's only if you're going second.
Yeah.
Sure, but it's still a Singer 3 on turn 1, right? Like, if they hated that effect so much, like, they wouldn't print that again.
You know, like, but maybe they only want that available to someone.
I just don't think they want to like block the concept of singing, because like that is the the trademark Disney Lorcana thing. So I feel like
so maybe instead of like banning
with the
singers,
songs,
they deal like they ban Storm or something.
They're bringing. Yeah, it's I think more likely to deal with that. So we'll see. It's exciting.
Yeah.
It's exciting, and I'm 100% sure they're gonna have Infinity events for just a spot at the Continentals. I think that's when they happen over there.
Yeah, there's an Infinity CCQ announced for May in
California,
San
right?
Diego.
Yeah. There's one in Arizona, I think.
The one in Arizona
Arizona's this weekend.
upcoming
Oh,
weekend.
this week. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Imagine
It is in a high school in Arizona this weekend.
That's awesome.
And I think there'll be multiple
Yeah.
more CCQs announced. I hope.
We hope so.
Sure.
No
Like,
way.
we need the spots. We have like 30 of them that we need.
It's gonna be
like
a small
like
crew in Continentals.
mid-20s that are still needed for NA.
But I think those will be the bigger opportunities for people to play core, because due to the no DLCs. But I am really hoping that in the future they get some more events, they get some bigger events, maybe they change up the structure just a little bit. I don't think it needs that much tweaking, but
I think it's fine.
It's just that the at the core of the issue is like, this game is brutal. You cannot lose in Lorcana, which is fine. It's skill testing and it's fine, but sometimes, especially
punishing,
if you want, it's so
punishing. Oh my god.
And it's so punishing for the mental. Like, you picked up your second loss and you're like, oh, I can't lose anymore or I'm done.
Yeah. Like I now have to go 8-0 through the rest of this event.
Awesome. Dang. Sick. Yeah, crush it. That's a stressor. That's tough to beat. But there's warriors out there, and those reps, those event experience, all that stuff kind of just adds into that. I feel like the psyche behind kind of like being almost like a veteran of the sport, if you will. You're just more used to it. You've been into the dance. You've seen it. If you lose it, you might be able to take it a little bit better than someone that might be just a little bit more emotional driven, even, or just someone that hasn't been there. Or there's a lot of factors that goes into it, which makes it like super fascinating. The mindset of just TCGs in general, and Lorcana happens to be kind of more punishing in the sense of like the mistakes in which you make can be so minimal, but it will cost you games. So I feel like that's so fascinating to me in the sense of like just those small mistakes. I mean, the most common one is the inking the card that you needed, and it will haunt you. You'll dream about it, come back to it, and try to bounce back. And that's best we can be. From my standpoint, y'all crushed it. I'm proud of both of you. And in Indy, I hope both of you go there. Gonna absolutely crush it even more. Gonna crush it. We're gonna rock it. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast.
I can't wait to have like 1,000 games of Infinity for that event. That's my goal. Taking the fungus route. I'm playing all the games.
Just play it all and crush it all, and it's gonna be a blast. But for my experience, by the way, your boy didn't get a ticket. Your boy was ready to compete. He was so ready. Didn't get a ticket. Was just not really paying attention to the Eventbrite, unfortunately. And every time I did, it just sold out. So different conversation. Your boy was an attendee, unfortunately. But it's a social event. It's all it's about. It's about meeting friends. It's about yapping. It's about seeing friendos that you haven't seen in months. Especially being a little bit inactive in the community. Your boy was like, "Oh, am I washed? Is anyone gonna remember me?" The answer was a little bit, but it was a blast. Got to talk to everybody. Got to say hi. Got to see a lot of beautiful faces. But from an attendee, or from just like someone that drops early or doesn't do it, the ticketing problem is kind of a song and dance that you have to kind of do. It's a micro economy that gets created for a weekend. It's fascinating. It's an absolute chaos. There's people that are just like grinding pods and playing games to just, you know, get their values and stuff like that. There's conversations outside of it. There's no ticketing problem. What do you mean there's no ticketing problem? I'm just saying.
I don't necessarily think it's a ticketing problem. More so than there's a stock on prizing issue. Like your biggest Infinity side event, by the time it's done,
those lines were tough.
You are sold out of all of the giant cards but one. You're sold out of one of the play mats.
Uncut sheets were gone.
The uncut sheets were gone. Like it's tough. Like I was like playing like in the side event, and like I kept hearing like, yeah, all of like most of the giant cards were gone. Like I wanted a giant card. I wanted like I would have been close to having a giant card, but I didn't really want the Jafar.
Yeah.
And like that was the only one that was left. And then like I was like, oh, I guess I'll get a Mulan playmat, even though I really wanted this. I wanted the Simba playmat more. So like it's like the only thing that's like my options are either that or like get some Elsa promos that I can flip either for cash now or flip for tickets again in Indianapolis and just gotta do a holdover because you can't hold over tickets. It's just like rough.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's collectible. Yeah, but like historically they're not the fastest movers of items anyway. So it's just it's not a high selling item. So it's a very nice collectible. But being gone in day one just felt like on site it was just gone. But yeah, promo flipping was fantastic. It's just like it was a weird experience, especially like those on-demand events were just such a funny little experience where you just sat down, got your tickets, and kind of just left. They was a very, very, very just it feels like we just bought tickets instead of actually getting them.
I think I want them to force you to play the events.
Yeah, I mean, like I used it, like you know, it's just a thing that you just end up doing because it's just why wouldn't you, right? You can just like essentially grind out on-demand events, which is fun, whatever. But then get the tickets, get the promos, sell the promos. It's just kind of like a mini infinite money glitch if you just put the hours in. And I mean, it's essentially just called work, but that's
like in my opinion, that just it feels like it's against the idea of what they want this weekend to be. And I think that I think I would prefer them like have a judge to each of those like on demand events and just like play them.
It's a bit like uncontrolled. It's kind of abused and like it's easily abused is kind of the problem. Yeah. I think there should be able to agree. Yeah, I mean, but like you should be able to play it rather than just like, oh, I'll pay $25, get 2,000 tickets, which is like one of the best like ticket per dollar thing you can do, and then just grind it out, get a mat for about $200, sell it for $400. It's just or like the Elsa promos were like the best money per ticket thing you can get. It was like $200 a pop for 5,000 tickets. So it was like $50 would get you Elsa. You sell it before hopefully it gets mass produced again in Indy with just 6 months away. So hopefully you sell those gosh down cards and then you're good. So it just felt a little bit like, okay, am I just doing this to kind of just like grind money or am I just actually playing Lorcana? And that was like a kind of an interesting conversation point at some point. I was like, okay, I did what I wanted to do, but like, did I really do this? Was it ethical Lorcana? And that's the question I get to live by in the experience.
I love these questions. Ethical Lorcana.
Ethical Lorcana is an important thing, and it felt like side events were. But I found my true love. My true love was those Ink Spirit constructed deck chaos. It was the dumbest thing of all time, and it was a blast. For the ones that don't know, you got to start a deck. I mean, should they be able to make money at this? Yeah, no, absolutely. But you should be able to play it to do that. You know what I mean?
You know, I think you should be able to go positive EV on events, but I also think that like paying $50 to just be handed tickets and then walk away, I think is like
They try to enforce it, but like
it doesn't feel Disney.
Yeah, it doesn't feel Disney.
No, it doesn't feel like what they want this game in this weekend.
It feels like they're gonna make a Safdie Brothers production. They're gonna do Marty Supreme at the DLC. They're gonna They're gonna have a guy running around. He's like, I gotta register for all these pack rushes so I can get the Mulan promo in time.
gonna split.
Marty,
We're gonna
Marty,
split. We're gonna split.
I'm in the hole 10K. I need the tickets.
I need the
I need
tickets. I'll
10K
pay back.
tickets right
I'll pay you
now.
back. I'll pay you back. Don't worry about it. We're just gonna take care of this dog, and we're gonna get it back. It's all good. We got this. And yeah, it's just the enforcing of it. I feel like there should be a way where you could make money. Sure, why not? But at the same time, kind of enforce like, hey, buddy, you got to play a little bit, and which they kind of did, but it didn't feel right. It just didn't. It didn't feel like enforced. But the ones that you signed up in the main area, those rock because you did those like silly little constructed deck events. Those go hard. They go crazy. I would like
a lot of the stores in the Atlanta area for Infinity Weekend, they said we'll give you your promo after round 3.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they could do something like that. Honestly, that
get your tickets after completing whatever amount of games in the side event.
Wait,
sure.
yeah.
Question: How is a player from a team is in debt to their team? Like, how does that work?
It would probably be something like the team in the contract says something like any side event tickets you receive go to us.
Interesting.
And then instead of giving the team the side events, the person really wanted an uncut sheet, so they got an uncut sheet. But then now they're in the hole 10K tickets for spending
I breached my
money
contract. Help.
Yeah, hasn't breached the contract yet. The event's not over, so that's where the Marty Supreme comes in. You gotta run get 10K tickets so you can find it.
Interesting. That's a
No, Braden, you didn't. Someone else did.
I don't know. All right. Well, just gotta sometimes lose some urges and get your uncut sheets, and then trying to finagle your way out of the hole that you put yourself in. My 3 most favorite people in the world. That's crazy. That's crazy, Kendall. There's no way. No shot I'm in that list. I
simply don't believe that if someone who has been on 2 different high level competitive teams finds Alec, me, and Breezy to be their 3 most favorite people. I appreciate it.
I mean, it's an honor. It's an honor to be in that list. He is forever in my Infinity GOAT. He has I have gotten the GOAT sign, so he'll forever be etched into my Infinity list anytime I play GOATs. So that's something. So it's an honor to be in that list. It's an honor, truly, but I don't believe it. It's like Santa. I would like to believe it, but damn. Science says no. But going into the information about have you played some Richmond Ethical Lorcana happened, fantastic people topped the event, fantastic person won the event. One of the things I want to shout out for the viewing experience for the people that are watching. There's about 2,000 people all the time, so that's fantastic. The fantasy team thing is
it's so cool.
Home run.
By far the coolest thing that they've done with production is doing that fantasy team.
It is incredible. I am so happy that they're doing this because I want them to keep up more and I want them to offer it as an option. And I think it is incredible. As fiends of that experience, I would love to be able to just have that as an option for the ones that are watching.
If it wasn't explicit gambling, I would love for that to be a side event. Just draft a fantasy team and get points based off of how they do and get tickets based off of how they do.
Hey, Disney.
That would be so cool, but it is just gambling.
Hey, Disney, thoughts? Gambling. Hey, Disney, thoughts on gambling? Thoughts?
Gambling?
Gambling? Have you thought about that? No, not even that. Just make it a little app thing that you don't even get anything out. Just a little point system where you can just rank beyond people.
Compete against your friends, and then have compete against the casters and their teams. It's so much fun.
Continentals where
if you get certain level points, you get a non-existent banner for your RPH.
Yeah, RPH banners, little king, little crown on your guy. That'd be sick. You just get nothing out of it, but I think a big thing that I think Lorcana is missing is the promotion of players and teams feels pretty low, especially. They make you take your clothes off and then change.
Yeah, especially with the the on stream stuff. When you have known players on stream and you kind of you force them to take off their team jerseys or whatever they're known for, right?
Mm-hmm.
I like the promotion of the players gets a little bit like worse, and like I understand not wanting to have as much promotion, but like something like this, like the fantasy team, I think is so cool, and it would be, and like it would get people to really interact with the community a lot more.
Mhm.
It's such a cool idea that is
Potential.
just it's just currently locked to the casters, which like again, very cool, very awesome. I look forward to it at every single DLC forever.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Like
blast.
I wish that there was more of that energy being brought into.
I
like,
think that's
the
so
rest of
fat.
the
I think that's
game.
also like such a weird thing because they did that a little bit at Worlds. Like they had like those like little bits and little cute
Yeah,
little
like
things.
the interviews where they were like sketching cards from
Yeah,
memory
like they
and stuff
did
like
that
that. That was so
just a
cool.
little
I love
bit.
that.
So they tried to explore it, and I think it worked. People were engaging to it. Like the goat that Modra was really fun. That got around on the internet for a little bit. So like there's like attempts at doing so. It just fascinates me that they don't like keep pushing it and only just do it every once in a while inconsistently. So it's definitely an interesting thing that they there's like ideas I feel like being brewed around and someone's throwing it out and they just don't full blast do it. They just shy away from it because maybe who knows what suit guy says this ain't working for this, and it's just not working out. There are 3 DLCs. How can they?
Mandy got the most goat tattooed on her.
That's
That's sick.
awesome.
That's
That's
so
so
sick.
cool. 3 DLCs a year, but like they have. I mean,
Well, Brain,
they still
this goes into wanting more DLCs. You know, like
we do want more
more
DLCs.
DLCs for more coverage for more.
But
I don't know if
more...
that's totally it either. They have
they have technically
generally
more.
this similar casting teams at the PPG events, at the CCS events, or the CCQs. So if they have similar casters, similar production, maybe it's in house at Ravensburger, maybe it's 20 Lore doing the production, but because they have a lot of the same on-screen personalities, I feel like they do actually do a good job of like talking up players that have been putting up good results and are
Sure.
good for the community.
I mean, it doesn't even. I mean, so, like they even had like Disney Lorcana official channel stream one of those like third-party events in Europe. So like, it's not like they don't run it. They can do those type of stuff and kind of have fun with it. I like it's not all one person deciding, and there's different parties running events and stuff like that. But it's just something that like I feel like if I were Disney Lorcana's like marketing stuff, I'd be like, these are the things that we would like to do throughout all of our events. You know, have more of that type of thing, especially in like the top tables. Like bring those people back, do like little. I mean, I also know that there's like no time to do so. Like I get that, but it would be nice to just do a little bit more of that to kind of familiarize a lot of more people other than just like the 5 household names that win every goddamn it's just like one of those things that I feel like would be nice to do, especially with like just community being in a building position, especially being baby communities right now. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. But overall, Richmond kind of rocks.
Richmond went hard. I loved it.
That's great.
Is it my favorite DLC?
Ooh.
I did like Vegas quite a lot.
Vegas was good.
Hard to not like Vegas. I wish I could have gone, walking around afterwards with the lounge would have been just incredible.
I am also
boring a DLC with Bippity Boppity Boo.
I am biased with topping with a card such gravitas such as Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo. That was such a good time. I'll give Richmond a very close second for now.
That's fair.
Based off of nostalgia, and I reserve that right.
That's fair.
I'm definitely gonna say Richmond is my favorite DLC that I've been to.
Sure.
Out of the two, I think Milwaukee had a lot of growing pains for the DLC itself and for myself as a player. A turbulent weekend in Milwaukee. Obviously, it was still great to see all my friends there and hang out, but I think Richmond just all in all felt so much better, and I had like such an amazing time that it's gonna be hard to surpass that one. Perhaps DLC Indianapolis in my own hometown, playing Hiram Flaversham will eclipse it, but that is to be seen, and that is 6 whole months away.
If Hiram makes it that far.
If he makes it that far. But like I don't see them changing anything unless like because there's not enough data point. I know you mentioned the files, but like there's just are they gonna be able to collect enough data from non-official events to be confident enough to be like
and like they did for like Bucky, they did for the set 7 events, like there were no official events for set 7 before they hit Hiram and Fortesphere the first time, right? I don't think so.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
But
It's just...
I don't know. It's like even the events that I'm seeing, like there's not a ton of third-party events for Infinity. The side events feel very like varied in terms of what's doing well.
Mhm.
Do they even record all the data? Because like when I was picking up my tickets after the last round, they forced me to drop.
What?
Like they forced me to drop from the event so I could pick up my tickets after I went 6-1. It's like, am I even recorded as going 6-1 as Green Steel?
Or you're just
Who
a
knows?
drop.
I don't know. But also shout out to the lines for picking up tickets and getting your prize wall stuff at the very end of day 2 was much better than Milwaukee. There was a lot clearer where you needed to go. But the lines didn't like clog up a ton like they did in Milwaukee. It was really nice.
They set those tables nice and far.
I didn't have to wait an hour to get my Mulan because on day 2 they just brought it to me with all my tickets. It felt great.
Nice.
Yeah, that is indeed what happens with day 2. They did it for me too.
That's a nice thing, but you know this is only gonna this only means they got 6 months to even make indie even more perfect. That's the thing. They're gonna Infinity's gonna be the best format of all time. The 2 sets that are gonna be in the future, they're gonna be like incredible. It's gonna be awesome. Everyone's gonna be like, wow, this is the greatest experience of all time. I'm never gonna play core again.
We printed Hiram again.
Oh,
better. Oh no!
Again, no. Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be like that. And
we printed a 4th popsicle.
I will also say, as someone with a lot of experience in this building, the Indianapolis Convention Center might be unmatched. It might be one of the best like layouts.
Hell yeah.
Cleanliness, setups. Like I've spent many hours in that place.
It's a convention, like Indiana. Like it's
really
around
big
for
convention
convention.
city.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a lot of go there.
Great walkability with the sky bridges, which they did have in Richmond.
Wait, is it the same place that they hold Gen Con?
Yeah.
Oh, we're having Gen Con DLC.
Yeah.
Yo! Not Gen Con, but Gen Con venue DLC. I love that venue. That venue is sick.
that convention center is so nice and so well run. I'm excited. I know that part of it at least will be great.
Yeah.
We'll be a blast. It's still
the area is also really cool. Some of the best wings I ever had was like a block and a half away from the convention center.
Let's go.
Dinner
the whole
indie locked.
The whole Georgia Street, they redid it during when Indy hosted the Super Bowl. And it's just they redid it, and there's so many like bars and restaurants and stuff to do down there, and it's like mostly closed off to cars. Like they can close it off to cars really easily. Super nice area down there for sure.
Hell yeah. Indiana's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be so good. We're all gonna make day 2. We're all getting top. It's gonna be a fantastic experience over there. It's gonna be a blast. The goal to get the second, gotta get both. Gotta get both of these
where's mine?
Just to be able to do it. Someone offered me the Mulan and tickets because Simba was sold out. I felt like I was a businessman for a second. It felt really cool to just have it.
How many tickets?
It was a couple of thousand. It was a decent amount. I was so close to taking it, but then the Mrs. Breezy.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know where I put my Mulan playmat.
Mrs. Breezy would have absolutely shot me down for not bringing the Leo, the lion back home. So I just had to say no. But it was good. It was good. People were buying tickets off the streets. It was
very very important to note that they were buying tickets outside of the venue.
Outside the venue, absolutely. They walked 30 yards away. They measured it, and then they did the transaction, or they traded cards for it. Absolutely no money was exchanged during the
Yep.
Disney
Mhm.
Ravensburger's Disney Lorcana challenge in Richmond, Virginia. It did not happen. Everyone was very kind. Everyone was law-abiding citizens. No one ever does anything silly like that. Why would anyone?
No, everyone was making ethical Lorcana trades.
2026 might be the year of ethical Lorcana, and that's
I actually did see a straight up like card trade for tickets.
Yeah,
A friend of mine needed like a few hundred tickets from Wink, and I believe he traded him
overbought, by the way.
Yeah, he traded him. I believe it was a headless horseman, a foil like it was like a foil rare or something like that, and
a Goliath
and a Goliath
for like 400 tickets.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was equal to like 15 cents a ticket kind of deal. It was
I think it was closer to like 50 cents a ticket.
Buy of the century. Yeah, it was the year of ethical Lorcana might be upon us. We saw some cheaters get their butts kicked. We saw some controversial people not make it in. It felt good. It felt fantastic going through. This might be the sign of good times.
We did see a controversial person in Top Cut, and the pictures of the judges watching that person's matches.
They were so locked in.
Hilarious,
dude. I've never seen they were like there
was like a judge on each side, like leaning into their personal space, and then a judge like on the opposite side of the table just watching.
I've never seen someone so clearly be flagged by it was just like the most obvious. But that's needed. If people are informed about it, they're gonna be watched. They're gonna be watched. But, indeed, no one's gonna cheat. Everyone's gonna be saints about it. Everyone's gonna be fantastic. But
there will be no cheaters. No one will like neg you on your plays to avoid takebacks, which I didn't see, which is thank God. So yeah,
traded all the cards to get a Cindy mat. That's actually kind of nice. You're like, I'm done with this deck. I'm not gonna play it. Here's all of them. Let me trade it out. I mean, that's pretty good. I would do that too. I would take that deal any day. I was like, oh, here's my deck.
If someone would offer me a Simba map for the Blurple list that I was playing in the main event, I'd be like,
sure. It's about, what I'm saying? It'll be a fantastic deal if you're playing that GP burn list, though. You know what I'm saying? It was like $15. Take
$15.
Deal of the century. Also, for the budget beasts out there, buy the deck. $15. You have a good deck for the. I mean, is it even worth building anything right now for this set? Probably not, right?
I mean, there's still set championships.
It's set champ season.
There's like 2 more weeks of it, right? There's 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
This weekend and next weekend. I mean, yeah, if you're trying to spice it up, it's a $15.
It'll really depend on like your local area, what kind of events that are being like put on in those times. So like make decisions for yourself, man. I believe that there are regions where it's worth it to still be like buying. Or
I mean, you should always support your local scene anyway. Always do that. Unless your store sucks, then I'm sorry, but like, it happens. But
unless your store closes down for money laundering.
Oh, if that happens too, if you have store credit in that store and you're just never gonna see that store credit,
rip.
Rest in peace. Then maybe don't support it. But if they're not money laundering, which I was going to say, yeah, it was nice talking to you. The whole experience felt like just catching up with friends, and that is top tier experience for someone that gets to socialize sometimes. It was fantastic. You got to catch up. It was beautiful. Everyone just everyone was super kind. Sat down to a lot of friends, yapped about, how life is and how they're doing, and we're going to listen to so many bad beats. It was the best. I love listening.
So many bad beat stories. We love it.
Love listening to bad beats. There's nothing more exciting.
It's a rite of passage, man.
It's so good. It feels so good to hear bad beats because you can be there for
Shout out to when I was driving Alec home. Alec stopped by Target to get a present for his dad, and Alec and Jeremy were like, "Franz, don't buy some blisters. Don't do it." And I was like, "Nah, I'm gonna do it.
Do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I told you to buy the packs.
Let's go. We love that. We love that.
Six
I did-
packs. My beautiful fiance always has the golden fingers. Pulls me an enchanted Webby, which is like one of my favorite enchanteds in this set.
Mhm.
Absolutely fantastic. I don't even know if I'm gonna sell this. I really like this card.
I can't
It's
believe
such a
you're
good-
slandering me like this. I said to buy packs. Oh, I did say to buy the Trove instead, though.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
You did.
I
say
was
buy
like, the
Trove.
Trove will be
Blisters.
easier to carry around. Get the Trove.
Put
Yeah,
the
it was,
cards in there.
it was like 6 blisters. Like, I'll grab them. It's fine.
Take them all. Take them all. Nice. See, that's something that's a nice little extra consolation prize as well. That's we love that. That's my favorite.
That's true. This is essentially an Elsa promo.
That's true. Wait, how much is that card going for actually? Is it real?
85.
Oh, nice. Not bad. Look at that. Come up with the day.
Ooh,
Nice.
Brayden, are you still in the chat in here? I want to do one last thing, one last important message from my road trip.
Mm-hmm.
I got to try not Bucky's. I got
Wawa.
to try Wawa
Oh.
and Sheets for the first time. And I gotta give it to Wawa. That sub sandwich that I got was tasty.
What'd you get?
It was good. I don't want to say that on stream. I'm
This
gonna get
man,
judged
that's
so hard.
insane. This man got a tuna fish salad sandwich at like 10 in the morning.
That's a warrior's mentality right there.
What
That's the fifth dimension entering your body and saying, I will eat this and nothing will happen. That's the mindset of that type of behavior. And
It
I
was
respect that.
great. It was a tuna salad,
Mm.
pepper jack cheese. I got jalapenos. I got some spicy brown mustard. It was incredible. Obviously, lettuce, tomato.
Of course.
Yeah.
Uh,
As
it was
someone
great.
who enjoys both Sheets and Wawa, I enjoy Sheets for some things. I will say like the spreads and the basic bread and the veg of Wawa are just unmatched.
Absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
that place is like it is like Jersey Mike's quality like veg and like spreads, I think.
Mm-hmm. Those,
I
grilled
also got-
veggies on those Wawa sandwiches.
No,
Nuts.
they,
Oh,
they,
do they
they,
do
they got like
that?
the
They-
sweet
they do the
peppers. and
toast-
Yeah,
the-
the
yeah.
sweet peppers. Oh
Yep.
my god, so good.
I also got to try the Oreo collab with Reese's.
Oh.
Thanks to Franz, he bought some packs of those. Those are delicious. The texture of the Oreo
Ooh,
cookie at
yeah,
the
like
bottom.
the Oreo crumbles inside of a. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah, that
Gotta try
those
those
go
out.
crazy.
It was so
Noted.
good.
Noted. Those are gonna be some cheat day snacks right there. Appreciate the
Yes.
knowledge. Those Oreos, nice. I tried the Reese's Cup Chips Ahoy's. Not great. Don't like them. Miserable experience. But Wawa, shout out to Wawa. Shout out to Wawa being
Shout out to
good.
Wawa.
Shout out
Open
to
all the
Wawa.
time. They got charges for the EV enjoyers out there as well. Fantastic little place. You get to sit down, talk to some people sometimes. It's always a blast at Wawa. Free air, dude. Oh my god, saved my life one time. It was fantastic.
True.
Air, tire pumped, middle of the road. All I see is those beautiful red lights. Just Wawa, and I take the car there. No one's there. It's like 2 a.m. Just get the air. Go drink, get their sweet tea, get their peace tea from their Coca-Cola
I
machine.
love their PC. Yeah.
The peace tea, the Caddy Shack special. Then just have a blast. Talk to the workers. They're incredible people. Saved my life. I was swerved a few times. It was blessed. The Richmond travel for me, 2 hours back and forth. Baby next to me twice. So
Ooh.
yeah, don't like that. It kind of, I mean,
unlucky.
a little symbolic of the Richmond experience with Tipo winning the whole damn thing. So you know, I was like, this is real. The babies showed out. I hope this puts the
The
babies
The
showed up.
baby.
The baby won DLC. That's
The
awesome.
baby won the DLC.
Shout out the baby for becoming a DLC champion.
the same week Fetty Wap got released. It's crazy.
It was a crazy times for the shout out to the baby as well. Did you know they were into Lorcana that much? Hopefully it puts one of the greatest movies of all time back on the map. You know, everyone remembers that Tipo was Emperor's New Groove merchant over there. So you know, it's nice to see everything going well for Richmond. I'm so glad. It felt like a turning point for Lorcanic. There was a lot of doom and gloom was happening before this, including myself. I was one of those doomer glooms. I went to Richmond thinking I'm not gonna enjoy my time. It's gonna be miserable. I bought my plane ticket for $80. I'm just gonna go say hi to some friends, leave.
That's solid.
Yeah, it was so cheap. I didn't. Why would I cancel? I didn't have a ticket. I just have the plane ticket, and everything else figured itself out. But I feel like a lot of people just found that spark back. I'll talk to a lot of people. They're like, hey, you know, I was here and there. Richmond saved. Richmond, personally, turning point for me. I am back, I think, in love with the game. Shout out to those sealed deck events, because that was a blast. I had the most fun there, I'm not gonna lie. And it just gives so much more light into this amazing game that we love and enjoy. And I think it highlighted the Lorcana once again in a much better perspective. I think everyone left that place happier, which outside of like the feeling of loss for a lot of people, outside of that, I feel like a lot of people overall.
Yeah, I feel like I saw most people like leaving like in a joyous like mood. I don't think I saw many people who were being like pissy towards the very end. That like towards the end, it was more like kind of like maybe like solemn happiness that like it was over. But like I think like compared to like Milwaukee, like more people stayed longer.
Yeah,
like people wanted to be in that hall to watch the finals and like just keep playing.
Yeah. And going into the next, it also almost felt like, you know, the graduation thing. It's just like, oh, we're not going to see each other until half a year, you know. It's also had that little bittersweetness to it, but it'll be okay. I think other than the events, they got to improve the viewing experience for Top Cut next time. In what sense? Because from watching
probably for the area in the hall,
they should have
it, I'm assuming.
The screen was missing for sure.
Dude, nothing will ever top Continentals is like watch
that little area was so nice.
Crazy.
God.
That theater
that was one of the coolest. It was like one of the coolest things I've ever like personally seen at a TCG event. Obviously, like, the coolest stuff you've ever seen at TCG events is all Pokemon, but like that was really cool.
Yeah, Continental showed that. I think it's only a sign of improvement though, right? Like I expect the next Continentals to feel the similar, but hopefully a little bit better. Even though the Continentals was like super nice, the venue was incredible.
Continentals was great, except for like the 5-hour delay for LCQ pods to get started.
Yeah, everyone was just sitting around until like 12 or something crazy to just get in, which was wild. But outside of that, it was good. I think they'll figure that out, and the Continentals will be great. The next thing they got to work on is the goddamn Worlds. We can't just have what we had again. I'm just no way we're gonna be like, yeah, it's a secret event. If you show up, you're gonna explode, and you can't be here. So we just gotta fix that, because it's
at the very least, if you're planning on doing it as just the players again, like, don't promise us that it's not gonna be that, and then go back. That was the worst part.
For what it's worth, they have not promised us that.
That's true.
They have not, to my knowledge, said anything about it.
Not this Worlds.
Not yet.
Yeah, right. For this one.
Not yet.
Which I'd rather them do that than.
Correct. Yeah.
Then I also think it could be a cool opportunity. I don't know. Maybe this is too much work, too much planning. They won't do it. But
absolutely,
if they had at maybe Continentals, and this would be for future.
Mm-hmm.
If at Continentals and Worlds they had simultaneous like larger tournaments, maybe not a DLC, but maybe they do those. I know abroad they do the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Maybe something like that where people compete alongside.
Yeah, just like something smaller, so like people can still like be together playing the game and then just like
celebrating all their friends that are in Continentals and Worlds and stuff. Yeah.
I think that'd be fantastic. Like my area ran we actually did a 3-deck event the same day as day 2 of Worlds, and like it was in a store with that has a bunch of like sports cards, and they have like a bunch of TVs that sometimes they open on Sundays, and like we go play Lorcana, watch football as well. But like here, like we were playing 3-deck format along with Worlds, watching Worlds,
Mm-hmm.
and then there was like a lounge area with like a big TV to sit and watch Worlds, and that was like such a cool experience.
That's
That
awesome.
like I think that I would like to see like more of that.
That's awesome. Yeah, more places like that would be super, super neat. I think more locals should do that. It'd be impossible to do for all card games, though. I feel like then it'll just get too crazy. But yeah, I feel like something like that needed for like all worlds, really. Like if any world championship, if you're a TCG like a Lorcana, like a TCG store, I feel like there should be a nice little thing that all fans of that game should experience, like because it is their Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like it's important. It's important. Going into that would be really, really nice. But you know, Ravensburger and local scenes of Lorcana has been a unwinnable war, is the best way to put it. I think, in my opinion.
You'll get stickers and like it.
Next thing, if they give me like rubber bands and like some just like unnecessary just trash, that'd be awesome.
You
like,
can have some Ziploc bags and
just a little
a
Ziploc.
$5 Starbucks gift card.
Whoa, that's out of the budget, buddy. That's out of the budget. That's so out of their budget. We're getting stickers, a Ziploc, and maybe at best, some promos that might be like on.
Oh, don't forget the box. Don't forget the play box, the deck box. Gotta have those.
Yeah, but like they're made of cardboard, and good luck. Good luck keeping them around and using them actually. But be alright. They could make lanyards, you know? Just give us 30-cent lanyards. Who cares? Just something.
We have pins. The pins were great. Everyone loved the pins.
We used to be a country.
There was not a single person who plays Lorcana that didn't like the pins.
Yeah. That was one thing that was super funny. On the Lorecast, I want to say last Thursday, JDZ Quest was like talking about, hey, we really missed the second place Matt, and someone from off screen pops up and is like, so what are some things we could do to make set champs better? And he was like, about the second place Matt I was just talking about.
Second place Mats would be lovely. Everyone's crying about it. I'm just so glad that JD
second place Mats. Give us a different entry promo than the card that you're playing for the promo, or make them like tangibly, or make the promo that you gain like tangibly better or more interesting than that. Give us like maybe some tiered pricing in Top Cut. Give us a second place Matt. Give us some fucking pins. I don't know, man. Like
something.
God.
The pin of the card would be fantastic. Just give us like the card, the one from the DLC, just the card art in a little Lorcana shaped thing. Just do that with all the DLC. I mean, all the set champ promos, right? Like put the Daisy on.
You know what sucks at the beginning. You know what sucks when you're opening like packs of the set when it first releases.
When you opening the set
champ, opening the set champ, like
Legendary.
Opening like a foil of the set champ legendary, you're like, wow, this is worthless.
This is garbage.
This is worse than worthless.
It's worthless. It doesn't feel great, and they've done it back to back with like having the card have enchanted version of that card exist too. Like it's just what are we doing? What are we doing, man? But they won't listen. It's fine. It'll be good. We'll still get the app about the game. But you know, for the rest of the set, what are you guys' plans for the rest of it? Are we just big chilling? Are we trying to scoop up some non-existent second place mats, or are we just kind of like waiting slowly for the set 11 cards to drop? Because like, where the hell is it?
I was fortunate enough to one and done my set champ season. I got my champion playmat the week before Richmond, and unless people are reaching out to me like, hey man, come out to set champs, I miss you. I probably won't. I got school is back in session. I got a lot going on in my personal life, but the grind for Infinity started on Monday, and it's going to go until June.
Long time.
So I'm excited to do that. I will probably play in some CCQs, presumably, if I can financially figure out a way to travel to those between now and June. So
June to California one, right?
Yeah, gonna try my best for sure. there's a lot up in the air with my job situation, so that's gonna be not putting myself financially underwater is
Yeah.
step one.
Don't get a
Step
personal loan
two,
for a DLC.
yeah. Ugh. Step two is I do want to play. I am excited for these new sets. Even without a DLC, I think it's something you can get excited for. I mean, we had to wait a year between Seattle and Milwaukee, and we all seemed to figure out a way to still stay involved and be excited for the new cards and new sets and everything. Charlie's, they run their series, PPG runs theirs. Obviously, there's CCQs that are unaffiliated with those. There are 1Ks, 2Ks, 5Ks, 10Ks not affiliated with those. Like, there's always going to be events going on.
Yeah, there's too many events, if anything. Like, that aspect, there's just going to be, like, every other weekend, there's a place to go to if you really want to.
Yeah. So, well, as far as Whispers in the Well, my purple steel deck's bad now, and so I am tapping out. I got my day 2 with it, and over. I'm good.
Put the deck list in the rafters. It's over.
True. Well, next week for me, I'm playing a Cardfight Vanguard regional. That'd be fun.
Nice.
And then the week after that, yeah, for my team, I have like, I think I'm tied with another one of my teammates in terms of points for the season. So I'd like to try to get above him.
Nice.
So the week after that, we'll see. There's a really cool like 2v2 Lorcana tournament that's being run in Raleigh.
Nice.
In 2 weeks, that is like for a charity event. That'll be pretty cool. But like for Whispers, that'll probably be it, which is like the rest of set championships. So we'll see if there's any like late set 2Ks that pop up in the area, but I doubt it.
Goodbye.
Yeah. But other than that, it'll be testing. It'll be starting the grind of Infinity, learning all the decks, seeing what I can kind of like inject into my personal strategies as to what I feel I'm the best at, and learn decks that I don't feel that I'm the best at, and be able to start to strategize for how to beat those things. So we'll see.
Nice. So the other question then would be like, now we're gonna get new cards, obviously. What lens do you expect people to kind of look at those individual cards through? Like, do you expect like the cards to be more? I mean, obviously people are gonna do both, but in a more normal individuals who are like trying to go full time, they can't. I feel like it'd be really hard to kind of split that time frame into things. So what do you guys think about like how going forward the next couple of months is gonna be like the new cards, new things? Like, what is do you think Infinity is gonna take more of a like a front in the sense of like people are gonna focus on that aspect for the next 2 sets, or are we still gonna just like, yeah, these are constructed in a more constructed lens? Because I think if I were like trying to get into like DLCs and stuff like that, I think I'll just focus most of my time that I don't really have into that Infinity aspect, because like I just core is cool, but like it's not gonna matter when it truly matters.
Yeah, so I think you'll see a few different reactions. Like, I think for the most part, the main formats will always be pretty king until like people get really upset with it. So I think that the majority of like the player base who are playing this game on a local level and a small regional level, they'll still be focusing mostly on core constructed. And I think a lot of people who have like updating metaphys will be, or like pretty financially incentivized to continue updating their shtick on core constructed, because more people will be interested in core constructed. But I also think that there will be a lot of people who are their metaphys are more geared towards like tournament grinding, and like not necessarily just like focused on one specific ink pair. That I think we will start to see a lot more competitive Infinity content start to trickle out over the next set. So I think we'll see a little bit of a split there, and I think it'll be very interesting to see like how those metaphys do, who sticks with core constructed, who does both, stuff like that.
Fair. It's just like because like I saw like a tweet somewhere where it's just like the splitting of it might cause a little bit of a not necessarily issue, but like it might like deplete a little bit of that the potential local scene where it's like, okay, I want to play core, but all the other people want to play Infinity, so now I gotta adapt to that, and like that could cause a little bit issues. But for me, I think more formats is good. I think people local scenes can go back and forth if they want to. They can do XYZ event to these days, and then as you get closer to indie, maybe more Infinity events will show up. But overall, I think with how fast everything just moves, the opportunity to just do all of it will still exist. And if you want to get any type of information, I think there's going to be more than enough outlets out there, because there's a lot of like metaphys, like you said, like guides, and like a lot of content that's going to be pushed through the lens of both. Hopefully. That's a very hopeful, but hopefully. But yeah, it's just it should be interesting going forward to the next 6 months. A lot of those events are going to be fun. A lot of big time events. ICL might go through the season 3 by then, so that'll be a fun little experience for the people that want to watch content that are like high end gameplay throughout the week, and that'll be good. I think Lorcana's in really good shape, considering the other card games where people are fighting over their inventory and all that stuff. We are just playing the game. Actually, we're actually focusing on the game, unlike the other stuff. So I think it's a really nice little echo chamber that's kind of appearing upon us into.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one other thing, just to like get one more thought out there about sort of that. I don't know if there's a single card game that people play and people are into that is doing well right now. I feel like you could put all of them on a dartboard, throw a dart, and you could talk extensively about the issues surrounding it. Like Magic, obviously Universes Beyond, and the power, like a lot of bans and power creep and stuff like that. With Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of I keep seeing stuff about like it's impossible to get new players to play this game, and so the
new player experience is horrible. The sealed product is worth almost nothing. Stores are like dropping sealed product. The tournament scene is
cash prizing
like,
still.
Like it's the prizing in Yu-Gi-Oh is like some of the hardest to move and worst value in the game, and all you're putting in so much. Like a lot of people view Yu-Gi-Oh as similarly difficult, if not even more difficult than Magic. Obviously, that's a debatable topic.
Sure.
But you like for a card game that essentially needs a reading comprehension degree. Like you're putting in a ton of work for not a lot of value. And even though the game is like one of the most unique TCGs in the market, and it's very interesting for people who are in that high level, getting people like the new player experience is horrible. The community in that game can be really, really bad. And it doesn't. It's one of those. It's also one of those things that like Japanese TCG isn't really catering to the needs of NAEU, and they only care about the Japanese player base, which like
OCG first.
That shit happens in Japanese TCGs, my guy. It just is what it is.
And then like I know Riftbound and Pokemon are both having insane scalping issues right now. Like obviously with Pokemon
dance too.
One Piece is starting to. I was gonna say One Piece might be the one TCG right now where I don't see a whole lot of people complain about it.
Now the scalper said, "We're back."
Yeah, we're back. It's go time, buddy.
We're back on those Costco lines, baby. We're back. We're about to fight some children. That's what they're doing right now. So it's something. It's something. Yeah, Lorcana's chilling. But
yeah, Lorcana, I think, has had a lot of growing pains throughout season 2.
Still does.
And season 1, but I feel like they are very much on the right trajectory. Obviously, I have personal gripes. Everybody does, but as a whole, I think Ravensburger is really turning a corner, and I feel great about the state of the game right now.
I don't think I've felt this positive about the game being in Ravensburger's hands in a while.
Yeah, it truly feels hopeful. It feels there's light Yeah, Lorcana, yeah, we're back.
Quickly.
What's up? It was super nice seeing you, by the way. So I think the first time I actually met in person. So that was a really
I hope
nice.
you enjoyed Fogo instead of coming out to eat with us.
Yeah, they looked like they had a good time over there with their South Florida friends over there.
Yeah.
Sick, had good meets, good time over there. Yeah, it's truly a nice place. I think the game feels good. The format, as we wrap it up, didn't feel. It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't the worst. It was fun.
It's just an odd format to compete in.
Yeah.
Like it's a very unique format that I've competed in, and
I feel like any of the negative aspects of this format kind of felt like the average of the pre-rotation formats,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's a big ramping blue deck that will wrath your board,
Mm-hmm.
can wrath your board a bunch of times, and
Yeah.
there's
Especially with high
a
rolls.
great, powerful mid-range purple deck that can sometimes wrath your board and draw a bunch of cards, and there's an aggro deck that has a lot of cool lines and like can go very quickly, but can also grind and draw cards. Like it felt like a proper Lorcana format to me.
It was an extremely balanced format, and to me, I think that like caused a little bit of issue where like if everything is so balanced that is just a matchup format, like you just run into bad matchups and you lose.
Yeah, sure. But I feel like overall everyone's attitude going into it is like, okay, if I don't get to this bad matchup, we're not feeling miserable. But yeah, it's not truly the worst. There's some like problematic issues. Just Amethyst kind of running the 70% of the field.
Over 60% of the field is home.
Yeah, unless
what I will say is a lot of those decks do have nuance to them, and they're good into different matchups.
Absolutely.
Right? Like Purple Steel is pretty good into dogs and other purple decks, but like in a lower to the ground way, whereas Blurple's better into blue-green and the other purple decks, but in like I'm going to go bigger than you way. Green-purple has this sort of funky little, I can play Clarabelle and Prince Philip. Like you never really know what I'm going to play. If
three
I
raccoons.
I can play Burn. Yeah, I could. If I go Ink, Webby, play Royal Guard, you have no idea what deck I'm playing.
Could be any flavor of that, and it was definitely it's in a good.
Yellow purple has access to like the Horseman Strikes and stuff like that, and that's really cool. And then red purple has like a really a much better dogs matchup than most, and can just strictly aggro people.
Every card in that deck quest for 2.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Just play your curve out, and sometimes you just win. It's nice. It's nice. I told myself if I got the last second, because the plan was go with like a deck that I just had, but if I do get into competitive, build a deck there, record the whole experience of like I got into the event to less than 24 hours in. I'm gonna build this deck. And we're gonna go, and it was gonna be red purple, because I feel like it's just the easiest to kind of just like pick up and just play through your curve and just hope for the best, and have like not the most dog water matchups in the world, and don't use too much brain power. So it was gonna be a nice little experience. So and it was a good nice experience. But yeah, overall, set that felt good, felt blessed. I feel like a lot of people kind of came back going into this. On a much more positive experience, and I think people are going to look forward to what's next for the community and the world. So it should be a nice lore cast next week, I think, if they have one. It'll be nice to see what they say, how that went, recap it all. Really appreciate them doing that as well. I really appreciate JEZ going there and just talking his mind and just be like, yeah, we need these things, by the way. Smile. I think everyone just get behind him. It's a little thing. But yeah, Lorcana's great. We're having a blast. And personally, Richmond was great. Personally, Richmond was a place to kind of... I don't know if you know this, but your boy got in a lot of trouble over the last couple of months. A lot of little experiences happened. So it was nice to kind of hash out a lot of those things, talk to a lot of people about like certain stuff, and just have a good time. So Richmond was a blast for that.
I'm 10 toes down on all my haters. Continue to hate.
Well, there were some that I feel like for me it was a misunderstanding for certain stuff. So it was nice to kind of hash out some of those things that caused a little bit of a ruckus for certain stuff. But for some of those, 10 toes
10
down.
toes down, baby.
10 toes down. 10
Continue
toes
to
down.
hate. I'll be here.
Hope you're
Fuck you, Blue Steel.
You too. Yeah. Yeah. I
Trash
learned,
deck.
I,
Y'all see the conversion of Blue Steel was horrible.
there's like one, right? There's just one guy fighting.
Yeah.
That's it. And yeah, this still trash deck, breathing in Copium until they die, etc. Something Snickers bar, something.
At least I didn't lose to a Blue Steel player.
That's the most important thing. And you beat 2, right? You beat 2 in Infinity.
Oh yeah, I demolished two Blue
Let's
Steel.
go. That's whole match.
I was able to play a Goliath and a Pete and make a Blue Steel player discard 6 cards while at the end of their turn while I had a Prince John on board. That was great.
That's awesome. And you just won the game because you drew gazillion cards and they had no cards. Yeah, absolutely. Fantastic.
I did lose to Cran playing Blue Steel and testing a little bit, like a decent amount, so that wasn't fun. But I don't really consider Cran a Blue Steel player, you know.
Yeah, that's fair. Still, the testing doesn't count though. Testing doesn't affect actual score points, so that doesn't matter. We look beyond that and we just move forward, you know. So yeah, that's Richmond though. That's Richmond. That's
Richmond.
That's Richmond.
That's Richmond.
Woo! Woo! 0 shoeies when were drank that weekend though. That's a little bit.
We did have a nice shot of whiskey? Bourbon.
Whiskey. The waiter oversold the hell up. I don't know if they got commission, but I felt like a little commission bit there. It was like
they're like, yeah, it's like Jack Daniels.
It's better than Jack. It's just cheaper, better Jack Daniels. That homie lied out of his cheeks and just gave us a little gasoline on the glass. That's all he did. And I refuse to believe he did not get commission.
Those milkshakes were banging though. Shout out to Braden texting Josh to get him a milkshake before we got back, and Josh is not seeing it
and just didn't get it. Yeah, it was, and we didn't turn around. To be fair, we were not gonna turn around.
We figured it out like 5 minutes down the road. And I was like, I'm not turning.
We're not turning. Yeah. That's part of it. Should have asked earlier. That's all I can say. Should have asked earlier.
Should not have texted Josh. Should have texted me.
I was really looking forward to playing as Cube, but it was gonna take forever. So sad. One day I'll get to be working.
And we messed up halfway through the first pack.
Yeah, and then hopefully I'll be worthy of that Cube one day. Hopefully, we'll see. It'll be nice. But I think that's the show. I think we did it.
Yeah. Good time.
We did it. Woo! Richmond. Woo! Richmond edition of Lorcana After Dark is about to wrap up. But before we do. Mr. Alec.
Illuminators are on.
Illuminators are on. Before we let you go into the moonlight, because there ain't no sunshine where we are. Is there anything you would like to let people know? Anything you want to let the people that are watching, hanging out with us, or falling asleep, know anything before we let you go?
Blue Steel sucks.
Both of you.
Nice Blue Steel sucks. Loungers about on the come up. We're gonna have a world champion one day. Yeah.
Hell yeah. This is the part where y'all yap until I get the raid going. So this is
Loungers on top, Georgia Lorcana on top.
Let's go.
Mr. Fungus, congratulations. And shout out to Franz, shout out to Franz's fiance, shout out to Maui, who I got to meet in person. It was great. Incredible. I've seen her looping around a little bit in there.
Yeah, she loves just like going like a shark. She usually sits on this chair over here. She didn't jump up on there today though.
Nice.
But shout out to the lounge, shout out to all my friends at the Lorcana DLC, the city of Richmond, the Village Cafe in Richmond.
Shout out to my wedding caterer.
Oh yeah,
that was fun. We were able to dip on Friday and have some good food.
Shout out to that smoked chicken.
Yeah, the pulled chicken.
Nice.
That pulled smoked
barbecue.
chicken.
Shout out to the peanut butter pie and the key lime pie.
Shout out to the pies.
Shout out to the Wawa tuna salad sandwich
Shout
at
out to
10
the Penny
a.m.
Lane Pub, the British pub, 7 minutes down the road of the convention center. Your boy had a good time over at the British pub. First day, it was a good time. But that's the show. Have a wonderful night. Say hello to Liam. Say hello to Katie. I believe she's on as well. Have a wonderful night. We're peacing out.